Talking about political beliefs is tricky because most people see their beliefs as facts, ones that the other side is either too stupid or too dishonest to acknowledge. If that were true, politics would be easier. Just enlighten the troglodytes, show them the error of their ways, and all will be well. Sadly, as in almost all things, there are no absolutes and no objectively correct beliefs. Now, I should start with my political beliefs, which are a product of my experiences, education, personal psychology. I have to label myself, I'd call myself a liberal, but I wouldn't call myself a progressive. I support a level playing field in which we make no distinctions, gender, race, nationality, etc. Everyone, in my opinion, should have the right to achieve whatever he or she has the ability and desire to achieve. I also think we'd be much better off if the rich were a bit less rich, the poor a bit less poor, and the middle class large and secure. I also feel that people should have the right to control their own bodies and lifestyle. That said, there are other sides to the issue. There are those on the right who say that this nation was founded by Christians from a European background and should remain that way, that our success is tied to that demographic, introduce other points of view weakens the country. In light of the current demographic makeup of the country, I'd have to say these folks are somewhat late. We're not that demographic any longer, and we aren't going to tell 40% of the country to just go away. These folks are entitled to their opinion, their belief, as long as their belief is verbal and not from the barrel of a gun. I rather suspect that their version of Christianity to the original concepts of their religion, but like most things, the concepts change with time. A more radical view is the white supremacy group, and those who long for a dominant authoritarian leader and the subjection of any minority. I find their views disgusting, but their beliefs cannot be dismissed, as they have given us leaders such as Hitler and others, and it is possible they could bring another of his type to this country. On the other side, there are well-meaning people who believe that the police are evil and should be defunded, and that we shouldn't continue funding our military. I think those folks don't really understand human nature. There will always be bad actors, both individuals and as nations. I would love a world where I wouldn't have to lock my house or car, but I don't think I live in that world, as lovely as it would be. They could bring their beliefs into practice, the opposite of the far right, but then without sufficient leadership or enforceable laws, we might fall into a state where the pendulum will, as it always does, swing the other way. Like religion, in politics you are free to believe any damn thing you wish, based on logic, emotion, or whatever. You should just remember that these beliefs are yours, and that other people have their own beliefs based on criteria that we may never understand. The best we can do is engage in meaningful dialogue and to realize that not everyone has the same values, and we have to be careful what we wish for, as if it comes to pass, it may not be the great solution we imagined.